What's happening? What's happening, Sharay? How you doing? Welcome to Atlanta. I super appreciate you coming and sitting down with us to have this conversation on In and Out. I know that you got this. Listen, you was already a popular guy. It's obvious your background and everything, but you had a new stage of superstardom, just because all of the events surrounding and everything. So I want to say, no, it means a lot, and I appreciate you coming and sitting down with us and having this conversation. And welcome on.
Yo, dude, happy to be here, man. We hit it off instantly. The New York vibe.
That's
we
right.
got the same age range, so this is gonna be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to kicking it with you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Have you been to Atlanta before, and how was your trip down here?
I haven't been to Atlanta probably in about 15 years,
Wow.
and I wasn't even. I've never put it this way. I've never experienced Atlanta that way. Back in 2010, I was a guy was a Tim Dog, the rapper. He used to be out here, and he was, believe it or not, putting together like scam, fraudulent shows all around the country.
2010?
2010, yo. He was putting around scam, fraudulent shows all around the country, and I got caught up in one of his hustles where this dude was marketing, like, he would get a chick out overseas, get her to rent an arena, sell thousands of tickets, saying he's bringing Jay-Z, whatever the case would be, send him all the money, and then nobody shows up.
Wow. In all transparency, I don't recognize that name, and I wouldn't, because in 2010, I was in federal prison, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you do recognize that name. You remember the song back in the day, Fuck Compton?
Yeah, I do.
That's the rapper.
Okay.
But I mean, well, Tim Dog was a good dude, whoever. That shit was on Dateline NBC. I ended up on Dateline NBC,
Wow.
my picture representing it.
Back then.
So I stay on some Dateline scandal shit with a rapper.
Wow. That's crazy as hell.
Crazy, bro. The crazy shit follows me, man.
Yeah, and now listen, Offset, we were just talking about the possibility of going out later on tonight, and now you just told me something, and now we know we have to go out. Because you tell me that you ain't been here in 15 years and that you never really experienced Atlanta like that.
Yeah.
So now we got to experience Atlanta like that tonight.
Dude, listen, I'm glad I said something.
That's what's up. We're going to make it happen, Captain. So I want to, listen, some of these questions, obviously, I know you are doing a litany of interviews, probably one of the most popular people in America right now, just because, everything that you've gone through and everything, that happened with the P. Diddy trial and Cassie and what have you. So a lot of people have heard your story time and again, but, obviously, some of my listeners might not have heard your story. So some of these questions might sound repetitive or whatever, but, I want to take it back to the beginning. Like, who is Sharay Hayes? Sharay, a.k.a. the Punisher Hayes. Tell me a little about where you from and your childhood. How did you grow up? Your parents and that type of background information, just to kind of set the table for what we're going to get into.
All right, so I'm born and raised Harlem, New York City. Parents were young, 17 and 15. So I was a child of very young parents, which then made me raised by the grandparents. But I grew up in the crack era, man. So when you watch like the movie Paid in Full with the drug dealers and crack running the neighborhood and stuff like that, very violent times. Had my little run in that. Never was a street kid in terms of selling drugs or whatever, but you get into that mode of trying to be a tough guy. Got a big gash on my neck from being stabbed and hospitalized and stuff like that. But luckily I found playing basketball. So later on in high school, after dropping out a year, I went back, started playing ball, ended up getting a partial scholarship to Southern University in Louisiana. That lasted about a semester because you can't take an inner city New York kid and drop him in the middle of New Orleans in the early 90s when you got a Ku Klux Klan guy running for governor.
Right.
Was culture shock. So dropped out of school, went to Africa for a little bit to play ball.
Wow.
Another culture shock, had to come right back. And then, dude, ironically, I found male stripping. And male stripping not because I said, all right, I want to be a male stripper, but because I had a little wifey at that time that started being a female stripper.
Right.
Came home one day and was like, I'm meeting all these guys, and dumped me. And my 21-year-old heart broke response was, well, I'll be a stripper too.
Right. Now,
and here we are 30 years later.
Yeah, and that's dope. And I don't mean to cut you off. And we want to get back to that. to you with your girlfriend and how you actually got into becoming a male stripper. One thing led to another and so forth and so on. But I want to still back up a little bit to your childhood because I want to put a little more meat on the bone because the childhood and some of the experiences that you had, I find it very interesting and I think a lot of people will. Cool. So a couple of things you just said that I want to ask you about. Number one, I can absolutely relate to what you're talking about that era because, as we talked about, I'm from New York to Queens and you're from Harlem, New York, and doing that period and that time, it was rough growing up in New York City, where that's when like the cook up really, burst onto the scene and New York was the epicenter for that. From wherever it was coming from was probably Los Angeles, but it was ended up in the streets of New York by way of vials, jumbos, and it ravaged our streets. And I know about Harlem. I'm from Queens, but I used to go out to Harlem sometimes because we would go out to 125th or whatever, and sometimes we would cop from out there. So that's both of our eras. And it was really, really rough growing up during those times. So I want to ask you, because you said you got a cut down your neck.
Yeah.
How did that happen? You said you never really ended up hustling, but how did you get that cut? How did that come about?
Yeah, man, just, in that wild young man age of, let's say, 15 to 19, you know that age, no right? Question. And when you're in that environment, the only way up was hustling, hooping, or doing music. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. There was no other avenue that you believed in. So I still surrounded myself with that energy, right? That energy and just being with a guy who was really just trying to make a name for himself, just running around, I can't say this, but I know there's open cases because of some of these people that have been around that's never been solved, and somebody ran into him, and I'm like, I'm there, right? So that's my guy, got a ride for him or whatever, and we going back and forth on some sort of posturing tough guy shit. And, I got the crack bottle, came from behind, 10 stitches in, 10 stitches out, hospital 10 days off of a cut. So it was supposed to have been like extremely close to my jugular. I could have been taken out, man.
Wow.
And the crazy thing about it is I got wilder after that.
Wow.
The mentality was, oh, I got this, I survived. What's the chances of it happening again?
Right.
And it just motivated me to be more reckless, more crazy. But luckily, man, I got into hoop. Like I said, your way out, your dream is be a street dude, be a ball player, or be a musician, entertainer, whatever the case may be. I couldn't spit nothing, right? I have no lyrics, right?
I wanted to be a rapper too, but couldn't rap.
Yeah. And then what the only thing that kept me out of hustling was my grandfather was a lieutenant in the police department.
Wow.
I had 5 uncles, right? That were like my older brothers because my mom was so young.
Okay.
And I saw my grandfather, who I idolized, go get each of my uncles one by one out of jail from selling crack.
Right. Wow.
And it broke them, and I couldn't disappoint them like that.
Wow.
That's the only reason why I didn't end up in the street. Yeah.
Wow. And that was your grandfather?
It was my because, you got to remember, my mom's 15 years old.
Right.
My dad, 17, 18, he went to the military. My mom, being a young woman, she kept it 100 with me. He go away a couple of years. He's sending money home. She's spending it partying, and then when he gets back, she's like, "I'm good. I don't want this no more." So he get reckless, get locked up, and so my grandfather is my father figure.
Wow.
Right. So watching his disappointment of my uncles, and we weren't struggling. He's a lieutenant in the police force, right? But my uncles didn't need to hustle, but they did. That's the life. That's the allure. That's the glamour. That's the celebrity. So they chose to, it definitely broke his heart, yo. It had to be embarrassing as a police attendant, picking your sons up one by one from being arrested. Yeah, so it just kept me from doing it, man, by chance.
And I can relate to that 100%. Like I told you, from New York, and I did hustle at a very young age. And that gives me the perfect segue. I'm glad you said that. And for those that don't know, that are not really familiar with how New York is, but there's a lot of different cities all over the United States. But New York is very unique in the sense that, like you said, you had good positive figures in your life. You were not dirt poor. You didn't have to hustle. But like the same with me. I had both my parents in my life, my aunts and uncles. Everybody was a good influence. But the allure of the streets was so strong, especially in New York, because things are a lot closer quarters. So especially in Harlem, like you don't have houses with a backyard. Like when you go into school, you're either taking a bus or you're walking. So a lot of times what people may not understand is that our strongest influences in our life, particularly at that age, when we're trying to figure it all out, are the people that are in the neighborhood that we're around every single day, because we literally spend more time with them than we do with our own parents.
Definitely.
When you're going to school, when you're traveling to school, when you're coming home from school, if you're going in the street, if you're playing football, two-hand touch, or you're playing basketball, or whatever it is. So it's fascinating to hear you say that, because that's a very, very strong magnetic force. Those influences on your eyes, like Nehemiah Davis says, you know, in order to really be successful, you really got to have a winning diet. And a winning diet is everything that your eyes take in, your ears take in, everything that, you know, that you speak out of your mouth, basically your whole total environment. So it's amazing that you didn't end up in the hustling game, because everything that was around you is a really strong pull. And I just want to ask you about this. I didn't read the whole book, In Search of Freezing Meat. Mm-hmm. That's your book that you came out with, and I got into it, and you're an excellent writer, and I can't wait to finish it. But I did read enough to know, and I think, unless I read it wrong, your father was incarcerated. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, like, how old were you when he was incarcerated, and what type of effect did that have on you, growing up and having your father in prison at some point in your life?
So the thing is, I didn't have any direct effect, because having a young mom, when my dad got back from the military, he wanted to move the family to Mississippi, right? Because that's where the military was setting it up.
Okay.
And my mom was like, "You crazy." You know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving New York City for Mississippi. And my dad got out there, and dude, man, just trying to come up, New York mentality, he tried to rob a bank drop.
Wow.
And so he's down there in Mississippi in 76.
Okay, so
as
you
a
were very
black man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he gets 8 years, right?
Wow.
Federal for the bank drop.
Right.
And my mom never told me. They hid it from me.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening with my father. They waited till probably I was in my mid-teens to let me know he was locked up. And I know he got 8. He did something else when he was about to get released. He did something when he was kind of on probation and went back for another 3. So my father probably was locked up and out of my life from age maybe 5 to 19.
Okay.
I didn't really officially meet my dad till I was 19 years old.
Okay, now, so looking back, you say it might have not had a direct effect on you. At that time, like, you were 5 years old, okay? You might not necessarily remember everything. Your uncle was still in your life. You had other influences, but looking back, do you ever think about, like, maybe if you would have had a different mindset, a different perspective, maybe a different set of confidence? Because I know you speak about that you got a real good relationship with your father now. Yeah. Do you think about sometimes that gap from 5 to 19, that your father wasn't in your life to have an influence on you?
It would have been worse. My dad was a gangster, yo.
You might have really started hustling then. You might want to be like Pops.
Yeah, my dad was a gangster.
Wow.
My dad's still a gangster.
Okay.
He's just too old to do gangster shit.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's an OG for real, right? So he's just too old to do gangster shit. So I think having my grandfather, again, police lieutenant, man from Barbados, Caribbean background, hard worker, you know what I'm saying? High integrity. I was forced to adopt those ways because that's who I looked up to.
That's what's up.
Right? So I think it worked out in that way.
Okay.
Me and my dad having this relationship now, later on, when I'm a man and I can't be influenced and stuff like that, it made it better, because when my dad did get back in my life, it influenced me negatively.
Okay.
Like soon as keeping it 100, 19 years old, my dad gets back to New York. He wants to start a trucking company. We started a trucking company.
Right.
And the first thing he taught me is, if you get any boxes with a little opening and stuff on it, if sign box open, you could take anything you want out of that shit, and it's on the person before. So one of the first things instilled with me, because my dad had a criminal mindset, was to do criminal shit. So mind you, I went 19 years pretty much with never having a mindset of how can I get over.
Right.
And I found myself stealing, not because I needed it, but I'm trying to impress my dad.
The exposure is so important.
Trying to impress my dad, yo. And
Wow.
so the cool shit about that, at that time when my dad got out, he still had he developed a drug problem. He had like a heroin issue or whatever.
Okay.
And the cool thing about it was him and my mom got back together. Mom got him right.
Wow.
And then later on in life, I was able to see like a loving marriage.
Right.
And then what I was able to see was a woman come into a man's life and change his whole
And have such a
shit
positive
around.
effect.
Yeah. And what I don't add is my mom passed away young because a lot of people don't realize, like, you hear people getting a strep throat, right?
Yes.
Like a strep throat is no joke. Like if you don't get a strep throat treated, the bacteria will attack your major organs. It can attack your kidneys. So a misdiagnosed strep throat attacked my mom's kidneys, put on dialysis.
Wow.
Where ultimately she passed away at 45 years old.
Wow.
But my mom developed this maybe at about 18, 19 years old.
Wow.
And she stayed on dialysis for 26 years. And I watched my mom going through health struggles, not be able to connect with a man that wanted to be bothered with that. So it was twofold. My dad came back, she cleaned him up, got him right, and then he was a man that rode with her through her health issues. You know, I watched my mom deteriorate, but my dad be there to be her rock. So I think as a man seeing that, right? Seeing that, which I didn't see that growing up. Like my grandma and grandfather stayed in separate rooms, didn't speak, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was a lot of dysfunction, but later on to see that chemistry between my mom and dad, regardless of what me and my dad didn't have as a youngster, there's so much value seeing him be what my mom needed.
Wow.
So that was like a strong influence.
Wow. I mean, listening to you talk about that, number one, my father's from Haiti, so, you know, I can relate to that disciplinarian, hardcore structure that your grandfather brought to the table from being from Barbados. It's very rigid, go to school, get your grades. They don't want to hear nothing else. Your grades is everything to education. But also listening to you, it seems like when that type of adversity that you went through, seeing your mother suffer, and then also seeing them when they did come back together, I would imagine, really helped in the man that you are today. Just being able to see that and witness that. And it also taught me something else that I never knew in my life, is that strep throat could be as dangerous as you just
Yeah,
explained.
man. Yeah, it's not a game, man. It's not a game.
It's incredible.
It's not a game. Yeah, you got to really get that treated. That's why if you really think about it, they make such a big deal. Like if a kid has strep throat, the kid got strep throat, but you kind of like, you kind of put it in the category of like just a bad
really
sore
bad
throat.
sore throat.
Yeah, but nah, man, that can really, really give you some serious complications if you don't treat it. So
That's crazy.
anytime you hear that, you got to really double back and make sure you're good.
That's incredible. I had no idea. Thanks for sharing that. A lot of people are going to be like, holy shit, you could die from strep throat? Had no idea. All right, so fast forward, back up to where you had spoke about. You started playing basketball. How old were you in basketball?
I mean, bro, I started playing basketball probably 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like hooping, but, it was...
But you were nice, right?
I was nice, but where I messed up at, man, my uncles was like 6'7", 6'5". My mom's was 5'11". And I mean, 6'1's cool, but I'm thinking I'm gonna be 6'7", so I'm playing like a small forward. Late in the game, I'm like, I gotta switch to a point guard, and it was too late. It was too late. I ain't passed the ball, I can't switch to point guard. I'm a chucker, I'm gonna shoot every time I get it.
Gotcha. So how did you end up in Africa, and what part of Africa were you in?
Tunisia. So,
Wow.
so
How'd you like that?
Dude, it was dope and it was terrible at the same time, right? So
a gift and a curse.
So you remember how they had like the And1 mixtape,
Yes,
stuff like
of
that.
course.
I feel like my crew that went to Africa was the first part of that. So I used to play ball on West 4th Street in the city, and I don't know if going to Queens you ever came down to West 4th, but they call it the Cage, and everybody
Right,
hoops
I know
there.
about it.
So some dude from Africa saw us playing and decided to bring like an all-star team to play against the professional teams in Africa. So we went out there for 6 weeks and played. So we're like literally playing in their Madison Square Garden, whatever, playing these exhibition games where it's almost street ball against organized ball. So I'm walking around, I got the Punisher on the back of my uni, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So wait a minute, you had the Punisher back then as a basketball?
that's where it came. Basketball
That's where it came from.
Yeah, that's where it came from, bro. That's a basketball nickname.
So why did they call you a punisher in basketball? It seems like a football. Like if you was a linebacker or something, knocking somebody.
Because bro, every bucket was and a foul, bro. It was nothing you could do.
Okay.
Nothing you could do, bro. I'm scoring. You know what I'm saying? I was scoring, foul, hack me, whatever, and one.
You throwing bows or whatever. They better move out.
Yeah, get off me. You know what I'm saying? Like so out in Africa, like the idea of being out there and being paid to play. I was 19 years old.
Wow.
I just came back from that 6 months of college that didn't last. But bro, you saw back then in 92, 93, their Madison Square Garden, when you went to the bathroom, it was like a hole in the ground.
Right.
It's like people just walked in and just pulled their shit, just pissed everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the living conditions, I had to go back. Yeah, it was different, bro. It was
like,
different.
I can't take this shit.
Yeah,
this is disgusting.
It's like ain't enough money to like reroute to do this.
Yeah, unless y'all give me my own bathroom.
Yeah. It can't get no hot water. Ain't hot all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the food. It was too much of a culture shock.
Wow.
Too much of a culture shock.
Okay, I can relate to that. And yeah, I mean, Africa, obviously, there's different countries in Africa that's like coming a long ways and modernized and everything, but there's also a lot of places in Africa that's probably very similar to what you talk about.
Well,
right
look,
now.
I would hope everything is good now. That was 92, 93.
No, everything is not good now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been there recently.
Oh, okay,
in major cities, but if you go on the outskirts, you got the same type of situation.
Yeah.
You know, but rolling blackouts, not hot water, not good plumbing, the whole nine.
Crazy, bro. Yeah,
I'm talking about Ghana, South Africa. I mean, this is real today.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of...
Bro, sometimes I did, dude, man. I used to travel around, so I remember meeting a chick in St. Martin, right?
Wow,
meeting in a hotel, whatever. I went back to visit her. She's like, stay with me, bro. And we up in like in some hills, like I'm in like this little concrete box. And she went to work, bro. I went outside, fucking rooster started chasing me and shit. I'm like,
yo, get me out of here.
Yeah, yo, I'm like, yo, what is going on out here? I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work, yo. So nah, I get it. I can't. I'm a city dude, man. I gotta be in the built up. I need as much technology and comfort as possible. You know,
there's not too country for you right here in the South.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, bro.
All right, that's what's up. Because I still got friends from New York. Obviously, a lot of friends from New York. And yo, they come down. You know, listen, Atlanta's popping. To me, Atlanta's the hottest city in the world. You know, bar none. And I've been all over. You know, I've done a good amount of traveling, but Atlanta is hot and it's popping, and a lot of people want to be here. But I got some New York cats that's like, I could still only take Atlanta for a couple of days. I got to get back to New York.
Well, we'll see. I told you, I ain't never really experienced. Let me see what's going on.
That's what's up. So, all right, so you come back. When you come back, were you 19 still, or were you 20 when you come back to the U.S. from Tunisia?
No, I'm still 19. I probably lasted 6 to 8 weeks before I was like, I got to get out of here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks, and you was like, it was supposed to be 6 months.
Yeah, it could have been longer, right? Like he was setting it up, and then some of those national teams could sign you. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a tournament thing, but then you had opportunities to latch on and be an American player or whatever, but it wasn't happening.
Holy shit. You was like, I'm going, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I can't do it with this hole in the ground.
Yeah, I can't do it. No.
All right, no, I can totally relate. I was in China before, and they got the squatty potty. So you got to, like, basically the same type of thing. You know, you're going to take a shit or whatever, you got to squat. And it'd be like way down in the ground and, you know, piss everywhere and shit like this. It's disgusting.
Dude,
like,
bro.
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
I would not eat in the morning time just so that I go all day and I didn't have to use it. And then when we made it all the way back to where we were staying, the Americans and everything, then, you know, you had regular modern day bathrooms. But I was, you know, this was not too long ago. And I was like, nah, this ain't cool. I can't take this.
Yeah, that's real. This is real, bro. Like,
yo, there was chicks that saw it. And they would, you like, you know, they have to go. And you know, even if they got a piss or whatever, and you hear them, like I remember one occasion they go inside to the bathroom, we was on the street and they got like the bathrooms where they got to go use it or whatever, and we're outside and you hear them screaming, "Fuck you, China!" They got to go through this that type of shit,
dude. And listen, forget the visual, the smell, fam.
The stench is unbelievable, dog.
The smell is just. Damn, my eyes started watering. You know what I'm saying? Because you get the smell.
Yeah.
Was crazy.
Yeah, and when that stench gets inside your nostrils, you like it's like it's there for a while.
Dude, it was just trauma. That's why my eye watered, bro. That was fucking trauma. Like, crazy.
That's what's up. So, All right, so listen, you back. You're still 19. Where you at? You got the girlfriend. When do you get the girlfriend that ultimately led to you deciding that, yo, I'm gonna go.
So I got the girlfriend in high school, 18, right?
Okay.
So 18 in high school, she rolled with me. I went away to hoop, whatever, it was cool. And so we're together. We move in, we living in Brooklyn, like chilling, and
y'all love each other.
Yeah, I go to buy the little sucker for love,
Right.
21-year-old ring. We gonna be together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm doing all of that.
Yeah, it's your future wife.
She just came home one day like, yo, I'm gonna work in the strip club, and I'm like, no, you not. You know what I'm saying? She like, take it or leave it. Like it's happening.
Wow.
And I'm in love, right?
Right. Did you see it coming? Was the relationship like a little rock? Nothing. Everything's great.
Blindsided like a motherfucker. Everything was good to go.
You were shocked.
Shocked, bro. But I loved her, so she's supposed to be a waitress, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you go
I'm
through
not
the
dancing,
whole.
I'm just a waitress,
I'm just gonna
right?
be a cocktail waitress.
Yeah, so
cocktail waitress.
But whatever. A year after, she comes home like, yo, I'm meeting too many guys. Like I don't want to be tied down.
Holy shit.
And devastating, bro. Devastating. But I always say now, best breakup ever, right? Because it gave me a whole blueprint of like a career. Like this was something I jumped into out of heartbreak, the male stripper shit. And here's something I'm still monetizing and making a living off of 30 years later. So
and how did you jump in? How did you explain that? She decides, yo, I'm going, take it or leave it. Obviously, fuck, I love her. I'm gonna take it. How did you, explain how did you get into the male stripper?
So I just lucked up that where I played basketball at on West 4th Street.
But why did you decide to do it?
Oh, dude, because my 20-year-old mindset was thinking I could get my girlfriend back.
Okay. So why did you think you could get your girlfriend back?
Because I'm thinking if I become a male stripper and she sees chicks checking for me, I'm that dude or whatever, now she gonna circle back, which she tried.
Okay.
So it worked, but once I'm in it, now I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
How did you get in it? Now we know why you got in it. How did it happen? How did somebody just decide, yo, I'm gonna become a male stripper in New York back then in those years?
You had to know somebody, bro. So I didn't know somebody, but where I played ball on West 4th Street, apparently a dude that was real connected with the male stripper shit, he played too. So one of my boys introduced me to him, and at the time I did like a terrible deal. Remember I told you me and my dad was on some semi-criminal shit, so I had a whole bunch of laptops that fell off a truck. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the box was open.
Yeah, the box was open, right? And this dude had me trade a laptop for him just hooking me up, which at the time seemed like a terrible deal, bro. I had these, at the time, this is 95, right?
Right.
Laptops just came out.
Right.
This fucking laptop I had, you looked it up, it was 6 G's.
Wow.
I gave it to this dude for $250.
Holy cow.
And everybody was like, you gave him that for $250?
Right.
And when I look back, I would have gave it to him for free, bro. You know, so I gave him the laptop, and all he did was take me around with him one night. So what a male dancer do, you'll go from house to house to houses doing parties.
Oh, wow.
So bro, I'm 20.
Private parties, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm just walking to houses, it's bachelorette parties, just 20, 30 women. He come in and basically dry hump and feel him up, and they pay him. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? Like say no more. This is what I'm doing. Like it's and so we went around the whole night. The funny thing is, we got to like maybe the last party, and I was young, I was kind of in shape, I was hooping or whatever. Right. And he told me, yo, come in and don't say you're a new guy. Like lie, just say, yo, you from somebody else. So yeah, like, yo, I'm dancing from Connecticut or whatever.
Right.
So the girls was like, well, how much for you to dance? And dude, I'm terrified, right? I don't want to do it.
Right.
But so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna tell him a mad amount of money. So they say, oh, he's too expensive.
Right.
And I was like, yo, tell him I want $50, right?
Because back then, young age.
Yeah, $50 was a lot of money. He threw me the 50, so I came out there hopping around their living room with some Saucony track sneakers and a little eye patch fucking thong I got from like some sex shop somewhere, just looking crazy. Picked up the bride, she started fucking bogling. I fucking dropped her, fell on her. It was a fucking train wreck, but I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Figured it out.
That's what's up. So what would you say the percentage, like 50, 50, 50, 50, 60, 40? Like when you be going to these parties or when you was doing it back then, just in the very, very beginning, or most of the females, are they baddies or are they fat and unattractive, you know?
It's just like, I want to say it's like high school.
Okay. You get a little bit of everything.
You get a little bit of everything. It's like high school. You're going to have some baddies. You're going to have some, these are nice. And then you're going to have some, whoa. like you with that, you wildin'. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have all of those. But to be honest with you, bro, it doesn't matter, right? Like, as men, we're not in positions of being admired like that by women, right? So I don't care who you are, your personal preference. You know, anyone, if you walk out this door, and I don't care what the woman look at, but she immediately see you and go, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're handsome, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, whatever. You probably gonna blush your ass off, right? Because it's not what we get. It's not what we experience,
no question.
right? So taking me as a man and putting me in that environment every single weekend where I'm being admired,
right?
You gotta value that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it may not be a club loaded of women that you want to show to your boys, your son. You know what I'm saying? But but that type of attention, it's an experience that every man should get at some point in life.
And I'd imagine
it's validating, yo. It's crazy.
Right. And I haven't had that experience, just in full transparency. However, you know, I've had it in spurts in different ways, but I know what you're talking about. Because I was in China, for instance. Now, in China, I'm just there. I'm there as a student on a study abroad, and we go to a professional basketball game, and so all of the cheerleaders are there. I'm one of the few black people there. So just because I was black, I was almost like a celebrity. And so, you know, and it's funny because I used to say, yo, when I'm in China, I'm like P. Diddy. By that, I meant, you know, they treat you like with reverence.
Your pedestal,
Right. So that must have been, I'm guessing, a tremendous boost to your ego also.
Forget about it, bro. Forget about it. Listen, my man, like I said, I would not trade it for anything, man. I would not trade it for being able to walk into a club every weekend and just being pedestaled like that, right? And you know, look, I'm down to earth and humbled enough to know, look, I ain't that. There's dudes that are that dude. Right. You know what I'm saying? But in this environment, it makes me that. And I'm sorry, every man should be able to feel like that dude. You know what I'm saying?
In that environment, you're him, as they say. You are him every time you go. So after these parties, you're going through, you say you made it through. How did you end up getting into, what was the next step, the next level to getting into the male stripper business where you ain't, like, I'm a male stripper. Like, that's who I am now.
It just comes along with popularity, right? So, you know, I'm a hooper and I'm competitive, and then, dude, I'm from Harlem. You trying to get it whatever way you can, right? So once I understood the business aspect of it, that you just got to market yourself. And for some reason, in the 90s to like the late 2000s, it was the thing to do was to hire male strippers. Like everybody just went to hire male strippers. So once I was able to kind of solidify myself as kind of like the most popular, one of the best guys, dude, it was just constant calls. Like I would be booked for like 10 parties a weekend. I'll get called for 20. So I'm giving 10 away to my boys. And then because it was a thing to do, people follow New York trends.
Right.
So
there you go.
Now I'm being flown to Australia, flown to Italy, all over the Caribbean, like everywhere, bro. Everywhere you would want to go, they're flying me with somebody's trying to take the model of doing a male strip show, getting 400 or 500 girls, and they're coming to watch.
Wow.
You perform, bro. So I've been it really was some like local celebrity type of shit.
Wow.
As a fucking male stripper. And, you know, the culture shock of it is when you get a little older and then the trend shifts, right? So you got to reinvent yourself. So that's when I go into, all right, maybe the focus is not me dancing, but now I'll throw my own events. You start becoming innovative. You start trying to build on it. Because you got to understand, I can't do it physically forever.
Right, and you got to stay relevant.
Got to stay relevant, or I got to find a way to keep monetizing it without me running out there. So, you just kind of turn it into a business model and then just keep it going.
Right. All right. That's dope. But let me ask you this. Okay. So, like, New York is New York. Right. It is what it is. Like, there's a reason why they say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So how did you have any tricks to the trade? Were you doing some, I mean, listen, you obviously, you're a good looking dude, no homo. You put together well, you're in shape and everything, but when you become him, because you said that you were super popular in New York, in that arena, did you have any like special tricks? Did you have any tricks of the trade? Certain things that you was doing? Because the dude that introduced you, does he have the same level of popularity as you? Because it sounds like you said at that time, your trend was vertical and it was pointing up.
Yeah, he was one of those dudes, but I was able to go to a higher level because I transitioned over to non-male stripper shit. So for example, I had scenarios where there'll be on the radio announced, Power whatever is having a special concert with Jaheim performing, and opening up for the ladies is Punisher.
Okay, dope. And you had the dope ass name.
You know what I'm saying? And
couldn't have a better name.
So I've done scenarios where Jaheim's doing a radio promo concert and I'm the opener. Tyrese, I'm the opener. Drew Hill, I'm the opener.
Wow.
I had scenarios where, Angie Martinez, huge radio host, she calls me for a friend's party. I change my schedule. I do it. She does a whole ladies' night on the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? There's a promoter up in New York City named Joe Jackson. He did, he's got started with Funk Flex. He did the biggest parties. He opened all of his parties with me.
Wow.
And another guy. So I'm not just in an underground strip show market. I'm transferred into like a real mainstream scenario that just took it to a next level. And then when you hit 2009, 2010, then they put me on the VH1 reality show. So I'm on
Holy cow.
the Megan Wants a Millionaire as the Punisher. I'm on I Love Money as the Punisher. These are like top shows that are now nationally broadcast. So it was a lot of notoriety I was able to attach to being a stripper because I was able to cross over into markets you usually don't get a male stripper.
Right. So your audience is constantly being expanded, you're being amplified, and then you were good at what you did. I did hear one, I was listening to you on somebody else's podcast, and I want to hear about it, basically, for some of the people that might not have heard, and I don't remember, but you said, I think I remember you saying something about there was a trick, not just you, but like that, that male strippers knew that they can do some type of a strip, some type of a trick that you can do to kind of stay hard.
Yeah. Bro, this was the game changer. I'm glad you brought that up.
I told you I'd check it out, dog. I did a little background research now.
And this is the illusion, right? So, there's something called beefing up, right? Where what you would do prior to going out on stage is whatever way you can, you get yourself an erection.
Right.
And you take the equivalent of a cock ring and you tie it around the base.
Right.
So now you're probably 80% hard, right?
Right.
But 80% hard hanging looks like you're got a fucking baby arm limp, right? So chicks is looking at you hanging like halfway down your thigh thinking, what if that thing gets hard? And you create this illusion. Then you put it in this kind of like G-string that hangs with tassels or whatever, so you get this reputation of being some sort of huge dick motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see it.
And then in your show, because we do underground shows and there was really no rules or whatever, you couldn't run around naked. It wasn't crazy like that. But at a point in your show, chicks is it real? Is it real? Is it real? And then you pull it out. And so I had the crazy reputation, bro. And you exaggerate on the flyers, showing up Punisher 13 and a half inches.
Right.
And all these women like, yo, I got to see this. And it creates this crazy, crazy, crazy reputation that just sends you to another level. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that trick is very valuable. I'm glad I don't dance so much no more. The cat's out the bag, right? But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I won on that one right there,
especially with the name The Punisher.
You won.
The stage is already set, and then they're like, oh my God,
you won.
He really is The Punisher.
And then there was another part to it, because a lot of people don't know, there's a lot of people, if you go in a sex store, you'll see something called a penis pump.
Okay.
Right? And the trick with the penis pump is, if you put this thing on And it basically gives you an artificial erection. You put it on and you use a vacuum seal and it'll pull your shit straight. But if you leave your shit in there for like...
what? A vacuum? A what?
It makes like a vacuum seal. You put your
I
shit
got
in
you.
it and it vacuums, so it'll pull your shit straight. But if
Holy cow.
you leave it in there for anything longer than 20 minutes, your shit swell up.
Oh my God.
Right? So you go in there.
Sounds like it's painful.
Yeah, no, it's not painful at all.
Right.
But dude, you go in there like a finger and you come out like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I'm at the party, I'm dancing, and I'm pulling out the water bottle.
My
It's
God.
Like, oh my
He's
God.
a Punisher
You know,
for real. Ah!
reputation is crazy. There's
Right.
a lot of pressure to live up to, but you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
right. I can imagine.
You get one of them chicks home, she's looking for that water bottle, you come out with the Slim Jim, like, what happened?
Is everything okay?
yeah, but
Baby, you all right?
But the optic for work was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a stripper trick. There's probably male strippers that are hear this interview like, yo, homie selling us out. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's
he
the
done made
trick.
it now. He's giving up all the
Yeah, he's
tricks.
giving up all the secrets. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
what
the
it
trick.
is. Yo. So, all right. So now you dancing. Well, I don't know. I know we probably got ahead, but you dancing. Did it work? To the girlfriend. Maybe I'm jumping around a little bit, but it's on the same thing. What happened with the girlfriend? Because you dancing and everything. Does she start getting jealous? And what happens?
So yeah, of course, she doesn't start getting jealous, but
Because that was your intention, though, to make her jealous or something.
yeah. She saw the popularity and stuff like
Okay.
that. She tried to circle back, but by that time, bro, the way she went out, it wasn't.
Did she ever come see you dance?
So, bro, that's part of like almost like a mental health trauma type of shit. Because when she saw me getting popular, and I not even popular. I had just started doing it, but I wanted to call it, yeah, I'm a stripper now, whatever.
Right.
And she was interested, but she was like, look, the first time I see you dance, the first time I see male strippers, I don't know if I want to see you because I don't know how I'm going to act.
As a male.
Because I don't know what it's supposed to be. So she was like, maybe I should check it out first. So I was like, I bet. She lived in Brooklyn. There was a show not too far from her. So I called the promoter, like, yo, I'm going to set you up. Go ask for this guy, and he'll let you in. But I had like a homegirl that was going to be there. And I was like, yo, my ex-girl's going to be there. Let me know if you see her, that she didn't know. My homegirl calls me after the show late at night, like, yo, Sharay, I got some bad news. I'm like, what happened? Your ex-girl went home with one of the strippers.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So I sent her, and some other dude took her home and smashed her.
Oh, my God.
And then it gets worse.
Oh, my God. How could it get worse than that? Well, that must have
So I get on the phone. She admits to it.
Holy cow.
Clowns me. Yo, you not no stripper. I was with a guy. And then she went with one of the main guys. He was like, he never heard of you. He never whatever. And really, I had just started, right? So now she clowns me for it. I'm devastated, bro.
I can imagine.
Dude, no lie. The very next week, I show up to a club. And, I'm a new guy, right? So I'm coming in. I'm trying to introduce myself or whatever. I walk up to this dude like, yo, man, nice to meet you. I'm Punisher. And this motherfucker goes, oh, you're Punisher?
Holy.
Lisa's man?
Oh, my God.
Yo, she got some nice fucking titties, yo. And him and his boy just started Def Comedy Jam laughing at me, bro. Rolling on the fucking couch. And like, I'm young, I'm 21 years old. These grown men.
Fucked your head up.
And dude, the only thing I could say in the thing was, yeah, she do got some nice titties, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say, bro?
Wow.
What can I say, bro? But that was...
In retrospect, did you ever, was she a hoe? I mean, did they like train her, or was it more than one person that might have had
Nah, it wasn't more than one
Okay.
person, but it was just the dude that she ends up left with. He was
him.
he was him, and he
With the
was
ladies.
and he was an ego. I don't give a fuck. Like
Right.
like
Was he older than you?
disrespectful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like,
And
22.
she's like your age, so she's young.
Yeah, she's young.
And she ends up getting with another dude that's older, more established than you.
And mind you, she just said, and he didn't keep her. He just hit and
Know what I'm
just
saying? He
flicked
just-
her, right?
right.
But she asked him, "You don't know my man, the Punisher?" And he just said it. I don't know this mother. He ain't know. If I don't know him, he nobody.
Does he know me?
Yeah. And then the next week, he just rubbed it all in my face, bro. Wow. But the crazy shit about it, me and the dude are still friends to this day.
Oh, the dude, you ended up becoming friends with him.
And the
Holy
crazy
shit.
shit is, I got so elevated in the game, because at this point it's like, nah, I got to be this dude. He ended up working for me.
Wow. You heard the last laugh.
Ended up working for me, bro. Yeah,
That's dope.
But he won that day. I was crushed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was crushed.
No,
like that was emotional damage,
he won
bro.
The battle, he won the war.
It was emotional
You know,
damage.
he had to bring his ego down a little bit when he at some point started working for you.
Yeah.
You know, egos. It could be a good thing. It could be a dangerous thing. Not too much.
Yeah. And I can't fault him. It ain't his fault, right? My woman got to choose.
Yeah, but
you gonna never blame me. He ain't have to come up to me. And talk
he knew
crazy
you had
like
feelings
that.
for like
Yeah, he ain't had to do that.
You the punisher.
Yeah, that was there, bro.
I punished your girl.
Yeah, that was there, bro. That was there.
How long did it take for you to recover? Did that fuck with you like a long time? Like
It's to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, those scars, you wear them, bro.
No, it's
like,
real.
like you don't never get over no shit like that. You just gotta. It just makes it harder for the next chick.
right.
That's what a lot of dudes don't say when they go through shit like this, right? We say we good,
Right.
but then you just put the next chick got to be more perfect and
That's
more
right.
trustworthy,
Wow.
and more loyal and more whatever, and you don't even know you putting that pressure on the next chick.
Wow.
But that's what really happened.
That's real shit.
So between that and then escalating things over the years, I probably got to date the Virgin Mary, and then I'm still gonna be like, how you get pregnant with Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna question everything because those scars escalate to you just being damaged. But you know, we black men, we don't really do therapy.
That's
right.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. It is what it is,
No, you
right?
teaching right
I gotta manage it how I manage it, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit on no couch and manage it,
Right.
right?
And how do you manage it? And how have you grown to learn how to manage it better over the years? Because mental health and shit like that, it's a real thing. Like you say, we do wear those scars.
So how you manage it, how I manage it is dysfunctionally, right? I want to love a woman, I want to have a woman, but then I don't want to need her. I don't want to have no vulnerability.
You're afraid to be hurt again.
You don't want to have no vulnerability.
Wow.
You have no vulnerability.
You're on with me.
Bro, if you talk to almost every successful man that his life is going well, if you ask him his most hurtful moments and the things he struggled with the most of the time it's at the hands of a woman.
That's right. And you're looking at another man.
It's at the hands of a woman.
Went through it.
It's at the hands of a woman, right? So when you know, if you got enough humility to understand, yo, this shit could fuck me up, right? Why would you want to get in that line of fire again?
Yo, that's so weird what you're saying, Sharay. It's so weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You touching an emotion and a nerve because, I'm a man. I'm a human being. We all humans, like you said. Some people might not admit it. Some people might not say it out loud. But I done broke a lot of hearts. But when I had my heart broken, then that's when I really understood. Then it was a different ballgame.
Yeah,
because then I came to understand, like a broken heart it hurts for real. Like it's painful. And in fact, it's the most painful thing that I've ever been through in my life. So when you get that heart broken, then you kind of like put up a defense mechanism to where you like, because you could choose or not to choose to love. Like we can like who we want to like. I don't know if you can choose or choose not, but you can try and fight it. Yeah. And at some level, you kind of, at least me, and I believe it's the same for a lot of people, you say like, I'm going to keep that wall up because I don't want to love because I'm afraid to be vulnerable and I'm afraid to be hurt because I never want to feel that feeling again.
Never, bro. That shit derails your whole fucking life, bro. And dude, it's crazy. That's why I have to honestly say, like, I'm not on no blame women, red pill shit or whatever the case may be, because I got to see it from both ways, right? A lot of dudes don't realize how many times you've been in love, if you can count. Well, not even been in love. How many times you actually met a woman and said, yo, you're going to be the woman in my life. We're going to be together. I got you. How many times you said
Maybe
that?
2 to 3 times.
Exactly. And without making yourself look like a complete douche and disgusting, about how many women you slept with?
A lot.
All
Too
right.
many to count.
All right, so we're going to leave it that way. So,
And I'm not no super playboy.
Yeah.
There'd be fucking different women every night, but I've gone through periods of my life where I'm blowing money fast. I'm making it faster than I could count. And doing some of those times I'm up and I'm him.
Yeah. So what I'm realistic enough to say is that I'm the same about you, maybe 3-4 times, right? I actually claimed a woman,
That's
right? So as a man, I want to waste women time, run through them, exploit them physically
That's right.
for my own enjoyment without no strings attached, right? And so I got to understand from a woman's point of view, she has to subject herself, right, to all of these men that's going to mislead her and waste her time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And give her a perspective where this ain't going nowhere.
And we know it.
And maybe she had 3 or 4 guys her entire life.
Right.
That really, that's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even though I walk around with a jaded perspective because of what happened to whatever heartbreak I went through, I still can see the perspective of what women are faced with. Right? What women are faced with. And it's just fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to exploit them. And they need stability and security to the way where when we slack a little, they already looking for what's missing.
Right.
And that's how we get heartbroken.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they are fighting through perpetual heartbreak and fear because is this dude going to use me? Is this dude going to get bored with me? He's going to leave again. He's already scaling back. He's falling off. He don't take me out as much or whatever. They're in constant perpetual fear. And it's like, how do you manage that?
Right.
But because I don't know how to manage it, I just fall back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it 100%.
Yeah. But so some guys fall back with anger, right? All these bitches ain't shit, whatever the case would be. Nah, man, they got a tough road too.
That's
you know?
Right. And maybe in some respects tougher than ours. And a lot of times, like you say, they might be operating from fear. Now, depending upon what stage of life we're at, we may be operating from fear too. Like I feel like the older I got, once I actually had my heart broken for real, I might have thought I had my heart broken when before I really had my heart broken.
Yeah.
When I was really younger and thought I was in love. Then when I really, got in love and really had my heart broken, which was most of it was my fault, now I have a greater perspective, right? So, and I'm less likely now to exploit a woman because now I really know what it feels like.
Yeah.
To really be hurt.
And that's why heartbreak hurts more when you're older. Because when you're younger, you know I could have did better. We take accountability, right?
That's right.
So when something goes wrong, it's easy I know why that happened because I wasn't on point here. I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Or whatever. You make excuses to make it acceptable.
Right.
But when you kind of get everything right and it still happens, now you confused. You don't trust your own decision making.
That's right.
You don't trust your own decision making. That's why I'm out the game. It's not really that. Like, I picked the perfect chick, and this was the worst one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah. So what am I doing? Do I know how to pick a chick?
Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah. And then so I'm gonna say I don't know how to pick a chick because my idea of picking the perks of one, dude, I went like 15 years where the best chick for me to date was somebody else's chick.
Wow. And that's scary too for everybody listening. Like, what you mean somebody? So that lets you know how many chicks out there will step out.
Dude, what they say, the women olive branch, right? One branch to the next, right? There's always somebody waiting, bro. If you believe there's not somebody waiting,
crazy.
You don't know the nature of a woman. Not saying she's
acting. Keep them waiting, just in case you fuck up, or even if you don't fuck up, just in case.
She don't gotta be acting on it. But women need security and stability, so she's not gonna be unless you really holding everything down. There's always an option. There's always something to circle back to. She might not have spoke to that motherfucker in a year,
right, but she knows he's there.
Gotta have an option, bro.
Right. She didn't cut him off completely. She always let him keep having a little bit of hope just in case.
Now we can control that as a man when that never comes up. Dude, it's nuance. It's from woman to woman, right? But where we fuck up at, and this is the hardest part about it, right? And you tell me if you agree with this. We believe that once you find your woman and you do the right things, you set up, she's good, I'm good, or whatever, it's supposed to just flow from there.
That's right. We do.
But, dude, peace is temporary.
Wow.
It's a constant, I don't care what facet of life is, peace is temporary. Is no wars and it's wars, right? That's you know what I'm saying? It's good weather and there's a fucking hurricane coming. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, every part of life is going to be ebb and flows. And where we fuck up as men is we get our women, we think we can set them up in this mold, this niche, and now everything should run smooth.
You think we get content, too content?
Well, I want to be content, right? But that's just not the nature of a woman.
Right.
Man. It's not the nature of women. It's a because she's ruled by her feelings,
Right.
right? And feelings change like the weather.
So what's your advice to that? How do you manage that? I'm with you exactly with what you're saying. And one of the things that I read and like, you know, is that you have to act, I think it was like the 5 love languages or something like that. But it's you got to constantly be learning your woman. Like you in a perpetual state of learning your woman. Because like all of us as humans are always growing. So you can't just be like, okay, everything is good and just like set it and forget it. You got to constantly be learning and constantly tell me what you.
See, I don't agree with that, right? Because women are their level of perfection is too hard to try to even accommodate. Like think about a woman, right? You could take your woman and she could have the perfect hairdo, perfect makeup, perfect outfit, perfect shoes, perfect accessories. Let her chip this nail right here, whatever.
Right.
And everything's ruined.
Right.
You know what that level of perfection is? Her expectation. If you live your life trying to accommodate that, it's impossible. She could barely accommodate it herself.
Right.
And she knows her needs, right?
Or
so
does she?
So
are they ever changing?
They're forever changing. So the only way you can really win with your woman is you have to keep almost a Zen master scenario where no matter how much she loves you, she has to always be chasing you.
Okay.
Because that's fulfilling for her, believe it or not.
Right. No, 100%.
Yeah.
No,
so her
100%.
constant chase of you and approval of you or whatever the case may be, and you give her the love and stuff she needs, but it can't never be like that, all that shit, happy wife, happy life or whatever.
Right.
I think guys are misconstruing that to, okay, just become subservient to your wife and
They
give
don't
her everything
respect
she
that
needs or
shit.
whatever. It's boring.
Right.
It becomes boring, right? Like, you know, men, we're supposed to be the hunters, but a woman on the chase, every guy knows a woman on the chase, bro.
That's right. And no question.
And if you really talk to a woman and she can be open, a woman that has not just been through a bunch of shit or whatever the case may be, she feels more invigorated by being a chaser, right?
Right.
Like ask yourself a question. What feels better? Being loved or being in love?
That's right.
Right?
It's right.
Like being in love, like the lover,
exciting.
the person, the lover is the exciting one. Oh, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to this. I can't wait to whatever.
Different type of energy.
Being loved is cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's not the same experience.
Right.
You can't let the woman be the loved, right?
Right.
It's not enough for her.
Right. She's got to be in love.
She gotta be in love. And so guys think, because we like being in love. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I
Right,
can't wait,
it's
whatever.
exciting.
That's the fulfillment, but we gotta let that go.
Right.
We gotta keep her there.
Yeah.
And we gotta just appreciate. Yeah, she love like you know how it is, bro. It's the chick.
No question.
The chick you crazy about
Right.
feels fantastic. The chick crazy about you, yeah, she feeling me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a different vibe,
Yeah.
right?
I done told it to some of my friends or people that I know in a kind of different way. Because some cat, we all know some cats that they pursue the woman so much that shit is unsustainable. It's like they want to be at their every beck and call, and I think that gets exhausting for the woman. Like,
it gets tiring. Like it's validating and it flatters you after a while, but after a point, it's like, this motherfucker on my shit. Like,
Right.
goddamn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta, that's only gonna work for, like I said, a woman that's been neglected and mistreated, and she needs somebody to be that for her. But that's
Right.
still short lived.
right. That's right.
Still short lived. But a lot of guys are not really learning that because our programming is too extreme. Either it's coming from women telling you to be completely subservient, right? Or it's coming from jaded dudes that's like, keep your foot on their neck, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's in the
Don't let 'em
middle.
breathe.
Nobody's in the middle, you know? I get on the phone with my friends all the time and they just angry. It's like, why are you angry, fam? Like
Right.
you, I know you slept with 500 chicks. You had one girlfriend. Right. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you ain't
and
shit.
And now you the victim.
Yeah, you the worst.
Yo,
these
women ain't shit. All they interested in is money and stuff like that. Yeah, because they tired of dudes like you fucking for nothing and bouncing. Right. Like at least you got a bag out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like she got to protect her interests.
That's real shit.
Yeah, a woman who wants love, she ain't really caring about. She want a materialistic luxury lifestyle, but a woman that really wants love, it ain't about a financial exchange, but the financial exchange validates. Okay, maybe if this dude is doing this for me, maybe he really cares. Maybe it really matters, right? But everybody's confused, bro.
Yeah, you're going to have a bunch of people out there reassessing their whole relationship. They're thinking, damn, am I doing it wrong, switching up? Now they're going to try and be the tough guy, mean guy, and up to you losing their girl. So you gotta have balance out there, people, man.
You got to understand. You got to understand.
Proceed with caution. Don't just go all in. Because some people will hear the advice and just totally switch up how they've been doing. And if you ain't real and you ain't authentic with them, the girl going to be like, man, this nigga, is you crazy? I am the boss of this relationship.
Yeah.
You are going to be submissive.
Yeah, it might be hard.
Well, you dead, nigga. I got 5 fines out here.
Yeah, everybody can't switch it up. But if you hear women say this, even the women that are the boss, that are holding everything and comfortable with that position, if you ask them honestly, they say, oh, I would love a man that I could just release all that and just let him be. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like they all would prefer that.
Right.
But a lot of them, that's out of their comfort zone. You know, so yeah, we screwed up, bro.
Right. That's what's up. All right. So with all that, you know, like during that period of time when you're him, you're traveling, you're being flown out. And, you know, bring us along to, we don't have to get all the way up to now, but during that period of time, how did that affect your relationships with other women? I mean, I know this other woman, your emotions were hurt. You know, you was kind of crushed for a minute. You say you still carry some of that. But were you having any real relationships during that period of time? And how did all of that affect the relationships and your mindset, the way that you approached relationship, the way that you dealt with women? How was that affected?
Well, look, let's keep it 100, right? Any man that has experienced, almost every man that has experienced the title of being him, right?
Right.
You just become entitled.
That's right.
You believe you should have the baddest wifey, chick, whatever on your arm, and then anything else you want.
Right.
Right?
At the same damn time.
And so I'm keeping it 100, right? I would get good, nice, on-point girls. But it was a privilege, because I'm him, to be my main girl.
That's right.
And now you got to kind of deal with
the other shit.
The other shit.
You know I love you.
Yeah, you got to deal with the other shit.
Nature of my business. They just...
got to deal with the other shit. I was forthcoming with it. Some motherfuckers is straight.
You was forthcoming. You let them know.
Yeah, I let them know.
When I fuck another chick, that's like me going to the sports bar with my friends.
Yeah,
This is locker room talk.
Yeah, I let them know this is the parameters. Some dudes is straight. They gone stealth mode.
So you did to them what your girl did to you. This is me. Take it or leave it. I'm him.
Leave it, bro. Dude, you the first one to put that together. Definitely did that. That became my motto. And so I can honestly say over the years, I can circle back and say, damn, I lost some good ones, right?
Because
being in my entitled shit. And then I probably hit where you get a little older,
right?
Taking a step back, this, that, and other. Let me stop the bullshit. Let me do shit the right way. And then karma. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get stomped on. And then you do that some point because you know, all right, I'm losing a step. I'm not really him. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was him.
Right.
I still want to feel like I'm him, but it ain't really that no more. Right. And so you grab somebody that's like, all right, I'm good here.
Right.
And once when you thought you was him and you grab I'm good here.
Right.
And I'm good here is never the chick you want. It's kind of like, well, she been there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
She's good, she whatever. And then that chick shit on you.
Right. Stay down, nigga. Don't stomp on, don't move.
Then you
get down and don't move.
Yeah, then you just feel like, yo, I'm a buster. So not only did you get shitted on, now you invalidated, you a buster. It's like, oh man, like what's... And dude, a lot of dudes get broke over that, yo. Like broken, not just the pain you feel, but it's different. It's not just everybody can feel pain and recover as long as you feel like you're him.
Right.
But when you get shitted on and you don't feel like you're him,
your ego has actually taken a hit. Now you're trying to figure out, do I still have him capabilities? Was I ever really him, or was that just him in my own head?
question your whole
You
shit.
start questioning everything.
Question your whole
How do you
shit.
recover from that? Like, how do you deal with it? How did you deal with it? Like, I'm asking, so that same question is twofold. How do you deal with it, like the advice that you would give to someone, and how did you deal with it as Sharay, the Punisher Hayes?
So, bro, I don't have an evolved perspective, right? I still live on the premise.
Oh, shit.
I still live on the premise of my value as a man, is my bank account and my sexual ability.
Okay. I think most of us,
No, that's the premise, bro. You could
Okay,
say, you
yeah.
could believe his other shit, but the core
just you.
is,
Right.
if my money right, I'm going to feel like him.
Yeah.
If
And even
my
if she don't think I'm him, bitch, I'm him. Because check my motherfucking checkbook, my bank account.
And if my money ain't right, I gotta be destroying some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you could be off, not on top of your game financially, but if you got like a four orgasm minimum every time you lay it down, you know what I'm saying? You will still feel validated.
Right. So if you doing them both, then you God status.
Entitled.
Right.
Entitled.
You really are him.
I'm doing both. Niggas like me out here. What you talking about? You better hang on. Right? So
get behind me.
So as we get older, you know, I wrote about it in my book. I went through the financial ups and downs. So that takes one value away, right? But then it's like, all right, I can still make up for that, right? But then I went through some erectile dysfunction shit. And it's like, I'm out the game.
Right. Now, was that, and it's going to decide where we go with this, or this is going to determine, was that some of that stuff that you went through with the erectile dysfunction, was that before or after Diddy and Cassie?
So it started, the development of erectile dysfunction happens naturally, right? Because as men hit their 30s, mid-30s, your testosterone level starts to decline.
All right. Have you ever taken the test shots?
Yeah, but I mean, that's something irrelevant. Not necessarily. That's not necessarily a fix for your libido.
And why do you say that? Is it because it's mostly mental? Wow.
Yeah, once you like when I went to get the true see a doctor and get the right thing, there was nothing wrong with me physically.
But when did you do that? Did you do that before or after you met Cassie?
All this was after.
Okay, so then so that I want to get back to that timeline, and then I want to get into that just because I don't want to lose.
Yeah, bro. Let's go. Let's stay on track.
All right, so you in the club. I'm him. I'm fucking everything that move or anything that I want. You in Australia, you in wherever the hell you are. People, that's him. Take me up to how did you get to a point to whereas P. Diddy or Cassie or somebody was reaching out to you and saying, we need you to just come to this simple party?
Bro, I just got lucky, man. Like if you look at how they were contacting guys, it was like crazy reckless.
P. Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah, they were like going on Craigslist. You know what I'm saying? Like looking at just classified, call this dude. So in the New York City area, to advertise my male stripper shit, if you Googled male strippers or whatever, I had a website that could come up.
And you was very popular at that time.
Nah, like bro, I do not think they were looking for me specifically.
Okay, but your website?
I just think I had a good, optimized website.
There you go. Your website was.
Yeah, they called.
Because you had you and other people that worked for you or with you. This was your business you started?
Yeah, but I answered the phone.
Got you.
So the crazy.
You just happened to answer the phone.
No, I always answered the phone. Okay. All the calls came to me, but I would give the parties away. Dude, I was just close to giving that party away.
And you have no idea who it is.
I have no idea who it is. The only reason why I ended up at that party was one of the things you ask is, where's the party going to be at? So when they said Trump International, I'm like, oh, they might have some bread. Like, let me go, I might make good money at this party.
I ain't passing this one on. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, because she booked it as a regular party. Yo, it's my birthday. I got a few friends here. Can you come do a dance?
Wow.
And I charged $200. Yeah, I'll be there. What time?
Is that for a couple hours? At $100?
Nah, this is fucking 6 songs. 24 minutes, bro.
You charge $200?
$200, 24 minutes, quick bullshit, and I show
up. But if they want to keep you longer, they just pay you more and you stay longer.
Yeah, but it's usually not that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, just because this is just dancing, right? It's a little bullshit striptease.
Right.
So when I show up, obviously,
This is not really male escort. This is
this is male
private
stripper shit,
show.
right?
I come, I do some dancing, slinging
Exactly.
dick, and then I'm out.
Exactly, and literally just dancing, right?
Right.
The women do solicit sex, but
Right.
it's not overt. You know when a woman wants sex because she'll say, "Do you do one-on-ones?
Got you.
Do you do massages?"
Right.
Yeah, it's a
And that
million
means,
masseuses.
can you punish me?
Yeah, exactly. So this wasn't it. This was, I got some friends here, I'm gonna
Right.
party. So I show up with a party vibe, and then she opens the door in a robe.
Who is she?
Naked.
Cassie, open the door in a robe.
Robe. Like,
In a robe.
Yeah, naked.
Naked.
Yeah.
Wow, how was that body?
Bro, listen, man. So listen, we live in a era right now where, chicks got filters, Photoshop,
Right.
this, that, and the other. So every woman, you can look at her social media and she looks stunning, right?
Right.
I've never seen a woman this flawless in person.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
She looks filtered in person.
In real life.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just a pretty, like, there's beautiful women everywhere.
Wow.
But it's like almost a Dave Chappelle, like when he said Rick James, like they saw his glow. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, it's different.
She was glowing.
It was glowing. It was different.
Holy shit.
bro.
So when you see this body, this unbelievable body, do you get, like, listen, I mean, we all, we human. This is not, fuck the podcast, this is just me and you talking now. Because I have looked at Cassie before and said, as I'm sure, we've all said about some woman that we fantasized over. I said, I'll do anything with this broad.
Nah, bro. You gotta remember, at this point, I'm a male stripper for damn near 20 years, right? So
Okay.
I'm looking at, this is a fantasy scenario because as a male dancer, you want that situation where some beautiful chick calls you and this is like a dream scenario.
Right.
But you gotta remember, man, I get in there and quickly I know that there's some husband
Okay.
come out and watch. And to keep it 100, right now I'm good if I pop a Cialis or whatever. But
At that time, when you say
at this time I'm already
Right.
in my mental problems where
Okay.
just to dive in, like, part of the issues you get mental is when guys take Cialis and Viagra too early when you don't need it.
Oh, wow. So
And
now
then
you're relying on it.
Then you become mentally dependent on it.
You feel like if I
right?
don't take it, I ain't going to be able to really perform like I need to. I ain't going to be able to
So
put
now
it down.
now you feel like you need it, and then if you get into a high anxiety situation, it
can't
ain't
do
gonna
it.
work.
Wow.
So now I'm there. I had never been in a situation where I got some dude watching. You know what I'm saying? Like with a burqa on.
But
with
when
his
you come
face
to the door,
covered.
you don't know it's going to be sex anyway.
No, but I mean, bro, I'm common sense. She
But you
opens
see
the
her
door
naked.
with a robe. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, that's clearly she's naked.
Yeah, so what the hell is she said? What happens? Take us through that.
So she bring me in. I'm trying to play cool. And so I'm still trying to act like I'm a dance. I'm like, oh, you need me to change here.
You're
So
thinking, but you don't know yet. She
Yes.
hasn't really said.
So she explained.
Do you do one? Okay.
So
what
she
you
explained. She
say?
says, look, me and my husband, we like to create these sexy scenes. We're going to be on these couches. We're going to put baby oil on each other and
shit.
make it look sexy and nice. And at some point, because there's no guy there at this point, at some point, my husband's going to come out and watch.
How was the Trump? How was the room? This is Trump International. How was the room?
So it's a suite. So there's a living room area, and the living room is dimly lit, and there's just candle lights everywhere. It's candles placed everywhere, and all of the furniture is covered in sheets, like to
Right.
protect it from the baby oil and stuff. So it's set up with a sofa. I'm supposed to sit across from her, and then that's where we're gonna set the scene. And on the far end of the room, probably about 10 feet away, is a chair and a table that's kind of like in the back of me where I can't see, like the way I'm here, she's across, and then 10 feet away, that's where the husband
behind
is
you.
to watch behind
She's
me.
facing him.
She's facing
So
him.
he could see her, naked body, but just your back.
Yeah, like my back. Exactly.
okay,
Exactly.
okay.
So that's how it's set up. So I know he's supposed to come out and watch and give.
He tells you
little
that. My husband, he's gonna be watching.
Yeah, he's gonna come out and watch. So
Did you see baby, or was it like a bar where you just like how you're going to a really nice place, you see a bar, all the different bottles? Was it like anywhere in the room where there's just like baby oil everywhere, like just bottles and bottles of
Nah, what was it was by each piece of furniture there was like a bowl with warm water in it, I guess to warm the baby all up.
Oh, wow.
and it was like a bottle for her in a bowl, a bottle for me, and then like a backup bottle, like just somewhere, I guess, if it was needed.
So what did she say?
Nah, she was just like, yo, just I want you to change you could pick either underwear or a towel.
Okay.
And just come out and sit on this chair, and this is where we're gonna start.
Wow.
And then she handed me $800.
Okay,
Right
wow.
to start.
Like,
She said,
wow.
here, this is for you. And so remember, I charged $2.
Right.
And right now, she never said, hey, we're gonna have sex. She just said it's gonna be like a little massage type of thing for my husband to watch.
Like you massaging her massaging you.
Yeah. So I mean,
well.
so I'm looking like 800. This is 4 times what I was. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. And so the first time, it was literally just that, just like a massage for like 20 minutes or so. He comes out, he watches.
You massage her, she massages you.
Yeah, and then there's some like I'm acting like I'm masturbating.
Okay, so this is self-masturbation by each.
Self-masturbation, yeah. Right. And so it doesn't go into anything sexual.
Now, let me ask you this. This is because I want to know some of this. There's some of these tricks. I mean, obviously, you're an expert. And P. Diddy probably is too, and so is Cassie. Had you ever put any warm, because you said the water warmed it up, had you ever put any warm baby oil on yourself before? Do you think that's something is that an activity that you carried on with other females after this?
Hell no, bro. Okay. so
there was nothing extra special.
So listen. So
did it make you feel differently? Were there any drugs in the baby oil?
No drugs, nothing in the baby oil.
Okay,
I was good. And you got to remember, like as a male stripper, that's a staple. Before each show, we baby all up for the aesthetic.
Warm it up, did you?
It's the look. Yeah, nah, I ain't warm it up in the wintertime. That shit cold as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put it in hands and rub it in, like, you know what I'm saying? But so baby, and honestly, man, baby oil in a sexual scenario it doesn't, you know, you gonna mess, like I said, sheets is covering the furniture and everything because it messed it up. So that's not something I would use on my own.
Visually, it makes them more shiny.
It's a good visual.
Okay.
Right? So you can tell that's what they were trying to make happen.
Gotcha.
So it's not. It's not a trick I would recommend. You know what I'm saying, for anybody.
Right.
But for whatever, this is what he was into, or they was into. Right. You know, I can't.
Were they recording it?
So I did not see any camera or anything like that. But ironically, when the trial was wrapping up, when the trial was wrapping up, they showed a videotape, and I had a bunch of news networks contact me saying the timestamps on the tapes coincided with me being there. So they may have video of me, but I can't.
But they never shared with you. You were not, wow, that's amazing that you testified at court and you were not able to see the videos of your image and likeness on it. That's amazing.
They didn't tell me anything. Yeah. Okay. The prosecution didn't really go about it in a way where my interests were.
I wonder if that's, and this is totally off, but this is just piquing my interest. I wonder if there's something that you can ask for, maybe a Freedom of Information Act, the fact that you were involved in this case, the fact that it is your image and likeness on that, the fact that it does exist. Could you get this? Could you get this back from the government and say, I don't want you having me having sex on videotape. Why should you own it? I want it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people brought that to me. Okay. But me trying to inquire, likely through attorneys, because it's not in evidence per se. It's not like a lot of evidence is public record. It was showed to the jury.
That's what I'm saying. So it was in evidence. The jury watched it.
Yeah, but there's something with this evidence where, because it's kind of closed, right? Like it wasn't open to everybody in court. They had screens, headphones. It's me contacting the prosecutor, making this demand. They could run me around with that.
No, I was just wondering.
Forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, like.
Right. But if you have an attorney, that might be something you want to look into. I don't know. I'm just thinking and guessing now.
Yeah. I mean, if I had an attorney to say, hey, look, there's something here, and I'll jump on it on some type of, if something happens, that's how I get paid.
Right.
But I'm not dropping a retainer. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand for that.
Yeah.
Because there could be movie deals. You might be able to get that footage. Who knows? I don't know. My interest is piqued.
Yeah.
From a legal point of view. If somebody had a video of me, I'd be like, yo, I want to see the video. This nigga videotaped me and this woman, unbeknownst to me, without my knowledge, and the video exists, and I want it.
But that's a gray area. I can't confirm it exists.
Right.
I know a video was shown. I know it's supposed to have a stamp that coincides with me, but there's never been confirmation.
I got you.
It's me.
Okay.
So I mean, you're right. I agree with you.
Right.
But that hassle, man. Look, I ain't trying to mess with the Southern.
You ain't trying to go
New
through it
York,
again,
bro.
right?
I think they already might be pissed at me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
nigga, you didn't really help us out as much.
exactly.
We wanted you to lie, if anything. We needed this conviction.
Exactly.
So y'all are self-masturbating and all of this. On this occasion, this very first occasion, you did not have sexual relations?
No sexual relations, and I was offered. I was offered.
Oh, you were offered? Oh.
Yeah, so I think they were doing something really smart, right? The crime is money for sex, right? That's prostitution.
Right.
Right? In this situation, she asked for a massage. I gave her a massage. She said that was great. She paid me. No sex.
Massage.
And then right after she paid me, she said, "Do you want to finish?" She made it my choice.
That's right.
Right.
So it wasn't money for sex, even if you would have had sex, basically.
Yeah.
The argument could be
Because
made.
I paid for my massage.
That's it. You was already paid.
But you can finish, right? So at the time I said no. Two reasons why I said no. Obviously the anxiety and stuff like that. I doubted if I could even get the erection to perform because I'm weirded out a little bit. And secondly, I'm trying to be extra professional, right? Because I really believe it's her birthday. This is something they don't usually do.
Okay, this was supposed to be her birthday.
Yeah, and you wanted a massage. Yo, and so do I want to finish? Nah, I'm good. This is about you. This is about you and your husband and what y'all wanted. I'm good.
Okay.
Don't worry about me. And I left, but
You didn't want to overstep your bounds.
I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. I just got handed. She gave me an extra $1,200. I just got $2,000.
Oh, she gave you $800, then another $1,200.
Then another 12.
Wow.
So I just got $2,000.
10 times what you expected to make when you came there.
I just got $2,000. I ain't fucking this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. And then she was like, yo, we enjoyed it. When we're back in town, can we call you again?
Okay.
And that's when it escalated to sex.
When did they call you again?
It probably was a couple of months later.
Oh, okay.
Different hotel, whatever. But I knew this was going to a sexual scenario because one of the first things she asked was my sexual health. Like, have you been tested? Like, are you good? Are you this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you don't ask that if you just want a massage. So
That's right.
That's
the next
when I
time she
knew.
asked you that.
Yeah.
Did you ask her about her sexual health?
Well, the first thing she said was affirming hers.
Okay.
Right, look, I got tested. I'm good or whatever.
Okay. Do you think she was lying?
I would have to say yeah now, not basically because of my experience, but because this was the same thing she said to every single guy.
Other people, right. And it comes out that she did at some point. She had something, right?
Yeah.
I've seen other interviews.
Yeah. Luckily, I dodged that. But one of the guys said he caught chlamydia.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next time out, same setup, were you at the Trump International or was it at a different place?
So it was 5 different hotels in total. You know, just this same setup. This went on 2.5 years, and it was between the Trump, the Essex House, the Gramercy Hotel, the London Hotel, and one other hotel on across from Central Park. I can't remember the name of it, but I think maybe the St. Regis. It was
Okay.
those 5 hotels, and it would alternate.
And every time it was an unbelievable room, right?
Unbelievable.
Obviously, this is P. Diddy.
Yeah, unbelievable. With the most incredible room, I looked it up, was in a London hotel. They have a suite that's $30K a night.
Wow. Right. But that's a drop in the bucket if you're a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing.
It's right off.
Yeah, that's lunch money.
Yeah.
So you came out 2 months later, and what happened? How did it escalate?
Same
to
scenario,
sex?
man. It just same scenario, couch, baby oil, whatever. It was very systematically routine. So it was baby oil massage leading to some type of masturbation thing, leading to oral sex.
Okay, how did it escalate? This is because this is the first time that you had sex with her. The first time you didn't have any sex. The second time you self-masturbating. How did that graduate?
Oh, bro, it's really kind of organically.
It happened
like a sexual
organically.
scenario, right? So the rubbing and the
You start massaging her the next time.
Yeah. Dude, same shit. It starts with me massaging myself.
Okay.
Her massaging herself, us massaging each other. She's, then starts self-pleasuring. I got to mimic self-pleasuring. But then it led to, then she started performing oral sex on me.
She does oral sex on you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we...
Condom or no condom?
The first few times we used a condom sexually. Right,
but oral sex,
or
was she
penetration?
having
No,
oral sex?
never. Yeah,
Wow.
never condom. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
you didn't ejaculate through oral sex?
Dude, I didn't.
In her mouth?
I didn't ejaculate at all from any sexual activity.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Was she good?
It's
Or
not.
was it just your mental?
Well, I couldn't feel anything.
Okay.
So if you somebody who, I don't know if you've used Viagra and Cialis and stuff like that.
I've done it before. I've done all type of shit.
Yeah. So if you use it, you know, the first time I popped the Cialis and the anxiety. Remember, I told you I turned it down because I didn't think I was going to be able to perform.
Gotcha.
So going back with the expectation, now you're supposed to take 20 milligrams. I'm taking a Cialis, a Viagra. I'm over-medicating.
Because of the anxiety.
And so when you over-medicate, you can get the erection, but you're numb. You can't feel
Right.
shit.
No, I got you. And,
Yeah.
and with some of this anxiety towards, number one, you're dealing with your own issues, whatever. We talked about that. Number two, you got this dude back there, and I know you've said it before, but I want you to, like, this dude is back there. You can't see him, right? I've heard you say that. Maybe you could explain it.
Yeah,
to me. But this dude is her husband is back there.
Well, he's not in
watching.
he's not in my direct line of sight.
Right, but you know he's in.
But I know he's there, and I can see him on my peripheral.
Right.
Like I'm not supposed to. Like the instructions is not to look at him, not to
Right.
talk to him, whatever. So I can't directly look at him, but I know, like
Right. It was a glimpse.
Yeah, and so at the time I thought he was just into some kinky weird shit, but he would walk out butt naked with a veil over his face, right? So I'm like, yo, this dude's weird as a motherfucker. Like now I know he's doing it because he was trying to hide his identity.
Right.
But I just was like, what type of like butt naked iron chic is this shit does this dude on, right? I didn't get it. And so that optic, right? I got a adult black male, and he's masturbating, right? And he's pacing back and forth.
Oh, he's pacing back and
Yeah,
forth.
because he's trying to get the angles. He's like,
Wow.
I'm trying to see, and then giving instructions, like basically calling timeout. You'll move the candle, move the whatever. So
move it to the left.
yeah,
Move
so
a little bit to the right.
yeah, bro. So it was extremely awkward situation to try to. It's hard to get into an intimate frame of mind
Right.
of sexual enjoyment. Now, to me, it's just about, all right, I got to do a good job because I want to keep getting this money.
All right.
Yeah,
Now,
so I really couldn't. I remember I used to have hopes like, all right, maybe today he just says, all right, y'all rock out and I'll leave, right? And then I can kind of zone into my own thing.
Right.
But it was never a scenario where I was able to engage with her without him present.
right.
You know?
Now, did he ever give any instructions, like when she started giving you oral sex, sucking your dick? Did he tell her to do that, or did she just naturally do that to kind of, like wake, to kind of like arouse you before you started arousing
everything
her?
was so. Like I said, in hindsight, looking back at it, they wouldn't even talk in front of me. You know, I think they had a scenario where a guy recognized his voice. You know what I'm saying? So any instruction, anything he would say would be extremely subtle, one or two words. And then if he had to have like full-on conversation, what he want, he would get up and walk out the room and she would follow him.
Wow. Okay.
And then he would give her any instructions. Then
Right.
she'll come back in
Gotcha.
the room and then she'll give me the instructions. So
Right.
it was definitely set up in a way where all of the interaction was me and her. And he kind of kept himself clear of that. I don't know if he was already protecting himself from trying not to incriminate himself with the activity of it and watching, but it was very systematic the way
Right.
things were done.
Right. Now, remember, I think she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. You know, I've looked at her before and, with admiration, saying, wow, this woman's, she's incredible. Remember, I told you that. So when she performed oral sex on you, and did she ask you to perform oral sex on her, or was it just a natural progression after she pleased you? You would do her. Did y'all do 69, anything like that?
Nah, bro, it stayed very vanilla, man.
Very
I wish
vanilla.
I could give you some like wow type of thing, but it was very vanilla, normal shit.
Did she like it when you was performing oral sex on her, eating her pussy?
It's only one time where I can 100% says I believe that she was into it because of her reactions after. But if I'm keeping it 100, bro, it seemed like acting.
Okay.
You know, I want to be able to say, yo, bro, I was.
It seemed like
feeling
you were
whatever. No.
It seemed
we
like she was acting.
We both were acting, but not acting. It seemed like a woman trying to please a man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a woman.
So you could kind of tell
please
she
a
was
man.
like, she wanted to make him happy.
She wanted to make him happy, man. This was something she was doing for him.
Okay.
But she had the choice of who she did it with.
Okay.
Right? Because she would call a guy, find a guy, pick the guy, and make the choice of what was going on. And that was my conversation with her. Like, after the very first time when she said, I want to call you back, she said, yo, I'm comfortable with you. I'm comfortable with you. I want to call you back. So I always looked at it as, all right, this is something my man's into. If I got to do it, I want to pick a guy I'm comfortable with.
Got you.
So that's why she was calling me back. She didn't say, I like you, the sex was the bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but when you was eating her, when you was having sex with her, did you, if you felt like did that make you maybe try harder because maybe like you want to please her? Did you, if you giving her oral sex like cunnilingus, did you maybe do analingus? Did you eat the ass? Did you do anything like that?
Dude, I told you, very vanilla.
Very
bro.
vanilla. Okay, wow,
no
it's
ass
very
eating, no
interesting.
nothing like that.
Okay.
It's so here it is, right? Every guy wants to believe in a sexual scenario. I'm trying to do my best, whatever's permitted. But where I would say that I can't even give myself credit with just keeping it all the way 100.
Right.
She was too tuned in to
Gotcha.
his instructions.
Makes sense.
Right? Like if I even try to focus on trying to give pleasure and he'll whisper something across the room, it's like, what was that? So for her to be that dialed in to everything he said,
right,
then she's not caught up in the moment.
No, she's not. And that gives me a completely different perspective. Because the way that we were hearing it with the different interviews and what other dudes, they really, from what I heard, other interviews from people that was having sex with Cassie, were almost making it seem like she was crazy enjoying it, and maybe like she was almost making it seem like it was her just as much as Diddy. But now from hearing it from you, it sounds like, I didn't see, I know, I got friends that was pimps before. So it sounds like she really was under this dude's spell or direction, and she was willing to do anything. It just sounds like, based on what you're saying, like she'll do anything to please him, to make him happy.
Yeah, but so the only pushback I would say on that, right? But that's common, right? Like when you have these kind of like swinger cuckold scenarios and stuff like that, there is a certain attention that's paid to the partners, right? That you got to kind of dial into. So because I've seen that type of behavior with a woman, kind of giving the proper amount of attention to a husband or a partner to make sure he's good, I can't exactly say, all right, that was just complete control.
Right.
Because there was no signs of distress.
I got you.
Yeah, there's no signs of distress.
Right.
Like in the trial, they tried to say it was all this drug use and she was under the influence. I didn't see it.
You didn't experience that or witness that?
She was always in her right mind, direct mind. We spoke before, during, and then long conversations after where she's upbeat, hey, thanks, that was cool, you're going to be free again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So I didn't see any of the distress, but at the same time, I know when there's a scene, right? Like I got to act my way through these situations too. So, I can't, I think maybe what you said is what the prosecution wanted me to cooperate.
Right, exactly.
But the defense was smart. The defense brought up the fact that I've been dealing with women and the dancer for 25 plus years, and I got to read the room.
Right.
And so I know the difference between a woman that's distressfully, oh, let me do this, and a woman that's just, being mindful and respectful that, hey, my partner's here. And that's how I read it.
Okay. So you had sex. How long did this go on for?
So
not just one occasion. I'm saying like how many occasions? How many times?
2.5 years, probably as little as 8 times. I say 12. I estimate 12 times. I really don't know how many times, bro. Because the way it would work with me is I would get called multiple days in a row. So if it was the London hotel, it'd be like, come Friday night, come Saturday night, come Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be back to back to back. So it was 5 different hotels. It could have been 15 times, right? We was in the London hotel twice, right? So it could have been 18 times. I really don't remember, bro.
Got you.
I don't remember. Like it was, we talking 10, 15 years ago. So I estimate about 12 times though.
All right, so it was like 2.5 years that this lasted, and then I'm not going to take you through all of the details. I know you've gone through it so many different times. A number of years later, what was it, like 10 years later, something? The Diddy case comes up, and you end up getting called to testify, and everybody's watched that through the news. Everybody knows that happened, and then I guess after it was over, is that when your life kind of changed even more, because now I mean, going through that trial, you're on a national, maybe even a worldwide stage, just because of the media, because of the trial. People are reading the transcripts. They know that you testified. And, you know, I want to get into a little bit about Freezer Meat, the book that you wrote. Is it a dick pump, or, you know, tell me about that. When did that happen? And just take us along that journey a little bit.
Yeah, so leading up to even before the trial, like, you know, I touched on earlier that, you know, as men, you date these women when you're declining and you go through whatever. So you go through heartbreak. So I was dealing with a woman who I met that was married, that was like, this chick is perfect. She goes, I'm going to get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? And we're supposed to be together. And I actually find out the entire time the chick was, after affirming me, I'm the loyal chick, I'm this, that, and the other, she was not only sleeping around on my back, she was behind my back, she was hiring a dude.
Oh, my God.
To fuck her.
Wow.
And she was hiring one of those, what my character is, a Punisher, some S&M, BDSM, he's tying her up, whipping her up. She's calling her, and she's hiring the dude while she's my wifey.
Oh, my God.
And when I find out about it, which I'm devastated, when I ask her why she did it, it's because her reason was because I wasn't holding it down in the bedroom.
Wow. This is before you got the pump.
This is why I got the pump.
How did you find out? What she was doing? Like, what
Jedi,
the fuck?
So I hit her with one of them Jedi mind tricks too. Now, mind you, this is a highly educated woman, but she was about to get divorced, and because she was married, we were dating, but I kind of kept that distance. You know, I said you don't want to be vulnerable, right? And I would use her marriage as an excuse for us not to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For me not to be 100. So I hit her with one of them lines like, look, I don't want us to take the next step and there's secrets and shit that we don't know or whatever. So let's just have a conversation. And so I told her over the period of time all the shit I went and did. So she told me about 7 for instances, but lying. Oh, I went on a date with this guy. I gave this guy my number, this, that, and the other. All lies.
Right.
And then I said, yo, let me see the text messages, whatever. Oh, I don't have anything, the storage on my phone. So I had this grown-ass woman with the Jedi mind trick. And I told her, I said, listen, you know, on the dark web, right, they got these programs that law enforcement use where when you delete stuff on your phone, it's never deleted.
You can find it.
We put it on your phone, it'll all come back up. I'm going to buy the program because I believe you, but it'll be better if I see it.
Right.
And when I told her I was going to put this on her phone, she told on herself. Bro, you know how bad the shit on her phone had to be?
For her to tell you.
For her to tell me in the details she told me. And bro, when
What the fuck did she say? Some of it.
Bro,
this is crazy.
Bro, listen, she was hiring this dude. You know, the dude was a basically porn star all over social media. She used to show the videos to her friends. Look at this. So everybody know I'm the sucker. And here's the crazy thing. I'm acting like a victim. She married, right? So I'm the side dude. She got a side dude on side dude.
And she's married.
And bro.
And not only was this dude dragging her, they videotaping it and she's sharing it with her friends. That's wild as hell.
Wild as hell, bro. So when I heard all of that, dude, that shit hit me so hard on the trauma scenario because she told me she did it because I'm not coming correct.
Wow.
Bro, I couldn't get an erection. I could not maintain an erection. I was like, I could not maintain an erection for like a year.
Wow.
And what would happen is I would have the ruminating thoughts. Every time I went to have sex, I'm envisioning this dude dog walking my chick. And then I'm saying to myself, and I got to come correct because we take accountability.
Right. But you can't come correct because it's fucking with your mind.
Now it's fucking with my mind. I'm getting these visions. I can't get, if I get it up, it ain't staying up. You know what I'm saying?
So now it's even worse. She probably going out and telling this dude to punish me worse. He's still not doing it.
Now it's even worse, bro. And that shit fucked me up so bad that, dude, I tried multiple remedies. I went to multiple doctors, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then I finally figured out, like, yo, there's only one true, foolproof fix. And I was like, fuck it, I got to do it.
I want to know about that, but do you feel that, or is it just some women, or do you feel just me and you, just like your personal feeling that most chicks, there's a real side of them where they just really want to be dog walked and dogged and just slutted out by somebody that they may love, even if their husband. When I use that word slutted out, I don't mean by like everybody.
So, bro, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm glad I did this. I would suggest any man to do this, and I'll get you the name of it. There's a book. There's a book.
I need the name.
There's a book written by like a female journalist, and what she did was she put out ads everywhere, and she wanted women of all walks of life to just write in anonymously their fantasies, their sexual fantasies, and just send it in. And so it's a book of just women. You got all races, all age ranges, all married, unmarried, kids, Jewish, you know what I'm saying? Like everything. My man, if you read their fantasies, you realize that you ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Their fantasies are crazy, bro.
They scare you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, their fantasies, like their unfiltered, unchecked fantasies. Not saying they're acting on them, right? But the level of filth, the level of filth is crazy.
So you saying Diddy might have been on to something?
Well, we'll put it this way, right? Diddy, the one thing I will say was Diddy was able to maintain this dynamic with Cassie for a decade. Gorgeous, 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 flawless woman. And then right out the picture, he grabbed Jane Doe. Gorgeous, flawless woman that got in line with the same flow.
And when he comes home, there's going to be plenty more that's going to be ready to get in line with the same
they
flow.
already, dude, there's chicks already saying like, I'd have been with it. Like what you
What's
with
so
a
bad?
billionaire, whatever, he taking you $100,000 shopping sprees, and he's hiring fucking gorgeous men to fuck the shit out of you and
Mandingos just to fuck me in every
and
hole
I
in
get
my
to
body.
pick them. You know what I'm saying? Like it still makes you.
What did he do wrong? Women are like, what happened here?
Yeah. Those are the anti-Cassie women. That's just like she's only complaining because they broke up.
So are you saying that as men, we got to step our game up?
My man, I guarantee you, if you read this motherfucking book and you hear these women fantasies, I got like 25 pages in. I couldn't even. I was like, I'm good.
You don't even
I
want
already
me.
got it. I already know the diabolical debauchery that I'm whatever I thought I was doing, whatever is
You ain't doing shit.
It's levels, bro.
Wow.
It's levels. It's levels. It's like you showing up with like a 6-round 38 and they got fucking M16s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
So you got the pump. You decided to get the pump, and that should change your life, basically.
Yeah. So for me, when you get this penile implant surgery, what you now get the ability to do is, if you think of the best erection you ever had in your life,
Right.
you can get it every time with unlimited stamina.
Holy cow.
Unlimited stamina, bro. Like, it's unfair.
And you and I've read and I've heard you say there's no way for them to really know, right? Because they put it in your testicles, am I right?
Yeah.
And you just it just takes, how long does it take to go from 0 to 10?
So imagine like a little ball pump, and you're gonna give it between 35 to 40 squeezes.
Okay, so you could just be fucking with them, squeeze.
Yeah, just show them the squeeze,
Right.
and then you do it in a prolonged scenario. So when I know things about to start, I may give it 10. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And go to bat, give it 5 more. Just but it's gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? I try to. Now it don't matter because I know cat's out the bag. But when people didn't know, I would try to get it there on like a kind of flow where it looks like a natural gaining of an erection. But dude, this is the dope thing about it. I thought initially it was something I had to hide, right?
I was gonna ask you that.
But it's actually the opposite. Like, you always have your haters that's like, the fake dick motherfucker. I was that when first time I heard my homeboy had it. I was like, go get your dick, right? I had mad jokes, right?
Right.
Until I needed the shit, right? But what I realized is the majority of women, especially women that have experienced a guy that struggle with them, whatever, when they hear you got it, they become curious as fuck, bro.
Right. So the women you get now, it doesn't fucking matter. They know you got it.
It doesn't matter. They want to try. They want to see. They want to just and then they know, like, their satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Okay, now you got this. You got this new level of superstardom, even though you were locally, you was a superstar already locally and in your circles. Now the whole world know about you. You still getting women. You're him, like traveling around. Everybody want to interview you with the women you got. And there's newfound knowledge from this book that you wrote, even though you only got, that you read, even though you only got 25 pages in, and you got the dick implant. Are you taking this shit to a whole new level? Are you showing up with a pinch collar and putting it on them and dragging them around the room and doing all type of crazy shit? I mean, are you peeing on them? Are you doing this type of shit?
So bro, that started beforehand, right?
Oh, shit.
And no, but look, I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
When your woman tells you she stepped out on you because you weren't coming correct. Right? It's no such thing as that. Right? It's like every time we hoop, I'm trying to drop 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no every time I'm trying to hit 73 home runs.
Right. But
you know
even if like to me it sounds like you're saying it was about the dick game, but based on that woman that you were messing with that was married, it wasn't even purely the dick game. It was the dick game gotta be right. You got to punish them, but then you also got to dog them. You got to drag them. You got to slut them out for real, like Diddy was doing. Are you doing that?
Bro, I'm telling you, the most debaucherous, diabolical shit you can think of. That's what I'm trying every fucking time, bro.
Wow.
There's like the level is set.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, it's levels to it, bro. And I'm trying to push every level every time. And it's about my own, I'm man enough to say it's about my own ego and insecurity and not wanting to be in that scenario again, bro.
Are you willing to share? And I know you got a lot to share. Could we get you back on for a part 2 where you're willing to share? But could you give us one example of some shit that you did that's just fucking crazy?
Well, no, this is my normal shit that I do all the time.
Oh, this is normal.
This is what I would say, right? Sex for women is in their head. And men, we make it a physical scenario, right? So what you got to do to stand out with women is you got to create imprints. You got to create shit with her that she's never done, that's
gotcha.
Fantasies like this, whatever. So when you talk about the physical act, how much she done did doggy style 10 different times. She done did missionary 10 different times. So what I may do is I may start early and I'll say, yo, we're going to go to the movies tonight, but wear a sundress.
Right.
She's going to be like, why wear a dress? You don't worry about it. I said, wear a dress.
Okay. Right.
And then I'm going to take her to movies on a Tuesday night. I'm going to pick a movie that is the very, very last show and ain't nobody in that motherfucker. And even if somebody in there, they're going to be 4 rows ahead of us.
Right.
Whatever.
You're going to be in the back.
And we're going to get like 15 minutes into the movie. And I'm going to say, yo, give me your panties.
Right. And
What
she
do
going to
you
hand them over.
mean?
Right.
Whatever. But she going to give them to me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because she know where you're going with it right there.
Yeah, and then at some point, I may have her in the back of that movie theater completely naked.
Wow. And that's going to create the imprint that she wants.
She gonna remember that the rest of her life.
Right.
She may never go to a movie for the rest of her life without thinking about what she did in that movie with me.
I love it. That's dope. That's dope, my brother. That's dope. Yo, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. You already know this is Sharay, the Punisher Hayes. This man got a book, In Search of Freezer Meat. Y'all got to check it out. I've already started to read it, especially for the men, and the women. It's going to give you a different level of understanding of love, of fantasy, of erotica, and all that type of stuff. If you want to keep your man, or if you want to, ladies, if you want to keep your man, if you want to keep your women, this man is an expert, all right? This man was having sex with Cassie. We already know. Cassie was P. Diddy's. I mean, I don't even really have to say anymore. You already know what it is. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. You got to come to the page, In and Out. That's INNOUTWW. That's In and Out Worldwide. Come to my YouTube page if you like this type of content. Keep checking me out. Subscribe. Send it to a friend. Let people know where we at. Come check us out, man. You want to hear this story, man, because we got deep into it, and there's going to be more coming. So we appreciate you for tuning in. This is Eric G with In and Out Podcast, and now we out.